As you can see, we will be going over the differences between what a appraisal is and what a home inspection is. I've gotten that question a few times from my clients within the last week and a half to 2 weeks. So I figured that it's an important topic to kind of touch on. So one of the differences, I think I got this going, so I think we're good to go. One of the differences between a appraisal and a home inspection is the cost, right? Everyone, when you're buying a house, cost, what everything costs is one of the huge things. So an appraisal is anywhere around that $600 mark. It can be less, it can be more. That's basically a conversation between you and the lender, because the lender is the one who is going to order the appraisal, and they will be the one to actually tell you the definite cost of the appraisal. Appraisal and appraiser, the two words drive me crazy. So what happens is usually after your home inspection, once your home inspection has been completely done, completely satisfied, and you still want to move forward with buying the house, your lender will reach out to you and say, okay, are you ready to order an appraisal? You're going to say, yes, I am ready to order the appraisal. And therefore, at that time, while you guys are on the phone, you are going to pay for the appraisal, okay? So an appraisal... Hi, Dan. Yes, I will plug you in. Oh my gosh. The appraisal is due. The cost of the appraisal is due at the time that your lender is ordering it. Okay, so it's not part of your down payment. It's not part of your closing costs. No. All right. So that's one difference. With your home inspection, like Dan here, you can see his comment. He wants me to plug him in. So Dan is a home inspector with A-Pro Home Inspections. So home inspections can cost anywhere from $300 to $1,000. And the reason why there's such that big space in between is because it really depends on what type of inspections you are doing. So you can be doing like a structural inspection or pest inspection, a septic inspection, a well inspection, a radon inspection. So obviously with the septic and the well inspection, it depends on where you're buying your house, right? If you're buying, you're welcome, Dan. If you are buying your house in the city of Albany, then obviously you won't need a well inspection or you won't need a septic inspection. But if you're buying your house, like say in Rotterdam, then you might need a septic inspection depending on where your house is. Or if you're buying your house, for my people who live out in Rensselaer County in like the Castleton, Schodack area, you might need a septic inspection. You might even need a well inspection for the people who live in Averill Park and Nassau and so on and so forth. So it really depends on where you are buying your house and what type of inspections you will need that will tell you, how much your inspections are going to cost. Obviously, your inspections or your inspectors, their cost of everything is also different. Right. So if you're looking to just get a basic structural inspection, one inspector may cost one amount and the other inspector may cost a different amount. So obviously that plays a part too. But more importantly, it really depends on the area, the location that you're buying the house will tell you kind of where your cost is during your inspection. OK, so that's one difference between your appraisal and your home inspection is the cost. The cost is two different things. I usually get the question of, isn't the appraisal and the home inspection the same thing? Like, don't they both do the same thing? And the answer is no. They do two different things. So the appraisal, for one, is an appraiser is going out to the property that you are buying, and they are coming up with a value of the house. Okay, now the appraiser is not on anyone's side. They're not there representing the seller, and they are not there representing the buyer. Okay? They are a third party. Okay? They're not picking sides, all right? So that's why it's so important. So really, the only person that's in contact with the appraiser is the lender. The lender is the only person that's in contact with the appraiser. Okay? So when the appraiser goes to the property and they look at the interior, the exterior of the home, right? And then they go back home or go back to their office and they look at the activity that's going on in that area. And then they are comparing that specific house to other houses like it within a certain miles, like 1 mile or whatever the case may be. All right. They're then going to create a report, okay, based off of what they've seen, based off of the data, based off of everything. They're then going to create a report, and that report is going to be sent to the lender. Okay. The lender is going to read and review it. They're going to do their stuff, and then they are going to send it to the buyer. Okay. The point of the appraisal, this is very, very important. So if you're going to listen to anything that I say, I want you to listen to this. The point of the appraisal is because if you are buying a house for $200,000, the bank is not going to give you a loan unless that house is worth that $200,000. Okay? So let's say that you are buying a house for $200,000. The appraiser goes out to the house and comes back to the lender and says, no, that house is not worth $200,000. It's actually worth $190,000. So please understand that that bank is only giving you a loan for $190,000. That is the max. Okay, so not 191, not 192. You're not going to call your lender. I mean, you can call up your lender and be like, hey, can you just, give me the balance, whatever the case may be. But I promise you that they're not going to do that. Okay, so that is the point of the appraisal, is so the bank is ensuring that whatever loan amount that they are giving a buyer, the house is actually worth that amount of money. Okay? All right. Home inspection. A home inspection is when an inspector, that's very important, a licensed home inspector is going out to the property that the buyer is buying to check on the safety and the condition of the home. Okay? So the home inspector, the licensed home inspector, is the person that is going to crawl in the attic, that is going to crawl in the basement, obviously depending on the size of the attic in the basement. They're going to check the furnace. They're going to check the hot water heater. They're going to check all the appliances in the home. They're going to check if there's any mold, any asbestos, or anything like that. Okay, so they are going to get down and dirty. Now, the home inspector represents the buyer. Okay, because the buyer is picking this specific home inspector. Okay, they're saying, hey, Dan. Oh, see, Dan, I'm so glad you're here. The buyer is saying, hey, Dan, I want you to be the home inspector for my house. And I'm going to pay you this certain amount because these are all the different type of home inspections that I want or need. Okay, and then Dan here says that they not only check for code, but they also check for safety and condition. Okay, so code, safety, and condition. All right, your appraiser does not do that, and that gets a lot of people confused. Your appraiser does not do that. Your appraiser is literally just checking the value of the home. What is the value of this home? That's all the appraiser is doing. They're not getting down and dirty. They're not not code. Okay, gotcha. They're not checking your furnace, your hot water heater, or anything like that. That is not what your appraiser is doing. That is what your home inspector is doing. So that is the difference. So when someone tells you, hey, why are you paying for both? It's because they do two different things. They do not do the same thing. Okay. Now you guys know I have to check my notes to make sure I got everything down packed. All right, so Dan says not code. The home inspector only checks safety and condition, and that is it. Okay. Now with your home inspector, and again, with the pandemic, things are kind of different right now. So I would just check with your home inspector. So for an example, if you're buying a house and you want to use Dan, I would tell you just to call Dan and see how Dan is doing his home inspections. For an example, is Dan okay with you going there and actually being present for the home inspection just because of the pandemic that we are in? I advise, as long as everyone is okay with it, I advise the buyers, the people who are buying the house, to be a part of the home inspection, just because you're going to be there with a licensed home inspector and you want to be able to just get more information about the house. Maybe you have a question about the house. Maybe you have a question about the roof. Maybe you have a question about the furnace. Maybe you're a first-time home buyer and you don't know what the main drain is. You don't know what a septic is, or whatever the case may be. I have to say, just being a realtor and attending a lot of my clients' home inspections, I've learned a lot. So it's definitely worth it to have that one-on-one time with the home inspector, just to get as much information you can about that house. After inspections, your inspector will be giving you a report. Now, this report will be sent directly to you through your email, or to your email, within 48 hours of your home inspection. Okay. So remember, the appraiser is going to create a report that's going to be sent to your lender. Your home inspector, your licensed home inspector, is going to create a report that's going to be sent directly to you. So you can see who represents who. Okay. Your home inspector represents you, not the appraiser. Okay. Anyway, so when you get the report from your home inspector in your email, I always say that that the report should be reviewed. If you attended your home inspection, your report should be reviewed, because everything should have been talked about for the most part during the home inspection. If you have any questions or concerns based off of the report, call your home inspector, because they are the person to accurately explain things to you. Okay. All right. So simple terms. If you're going to listen to anything that I just said, simple terms: appraisal, value of home, home inspection, safety and condition of the home. Okay. There's a line. They do two different things. They don't do the same thing. Should you do both? Should you pay for both? It depends. It depends on you. It depends on your situation. For my first-time home buyers, because I deal with a lot of first-time home buyers, yes, you should pay for both. Again, the appraisal is important because you are going to be told the actual value of your home. Why wouldn't you want to know that? The only time that I see someone not getting an appraisal is when they are a cash buyer. And yes, I mean cash. And they don't care about the value of their house, because they're usually going to pay cash for the house. They are going to fix it up to their liking, and they're either going to keep it for their family or they're going to sell it. So a lot of cash buyers don't necessarily care about the value of their home. So therefore, they don't get an appraisal. For my people who are using the bank, such as getting a loan from the bank, like a FHA loan or a conventional loan or a 203K loan or whatever loan you're going to get to buy a house, yes, you should get an appraisal. You shouldn't waive it. There shouldn't be any second guessing or anything. you should want to know the value of your home. Definitely if you're not going to live in that home for the rest of your life, which a lot of first-time home buyers, they don't do that. They usually sell their home between that 3 and 7 year mark, is when they resell their home and actually buy another one. So obviously you want to know the value of your home when you're buying it. Home inspections. Should you waive home inspections? Again, it depends. It depends on your situation. Again, a lot of my clients, I deal with first-time home buyers. Depending on your situation, yeah, I do think a lot of you should be having home inspections. Definitely, if you're buying a house where you have a septic and you have a well, listen, when those two things stop working or when they are broken or when something is wrong with them, they're very costly. So again, it depends on your situation, but for a lot of my first-time home buyers, I do think that the appraisal and the home inspection is needed, and I don't think you should just be waiving them just to kind of cover your butt in the long end and make sure you're not buying a house that you're going to regret in the next 30, 60, 90 days. That's not the point of buying a house. So that is all that I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, let me know, or Dan has commented on this video, so you can reach out to Dan. He is the owner of A Pro Home Inspection. So he is a licensed home inspector. So you can reach out to him for any specific questions about home inspections. That's actually a good person for you guys to reach out to. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here for any type of information that I can provide. That's what I do. Other than that, guys, have a good day, and I hope you're staying nice and warm inside the house. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.